Television. This is a relatively conservative talk show. This is live so that we can comment on the news of the day. And the only comment I have is what's with that, what was it, $10 billion that we have to spend at the federal level so that schools know what nutritious food is. Now, give me a break. That just passed the other day, didn't it? Ridiculous. Well, anyway, and we have to spend $10 billion. We can't just suggest to the cook, go get healthy food. No. And of course, parents, they don't know what healthy food is. Now I'm being facetious, obviously. Very pleased tonight. We've got quite a cast of characters for you, for your education and entertainment. First off, 2 minutes with Lori. I told you we do this from time to time. Lori's been very active politically. Do I say housewife? Oh my goodness. Probably the most important profession on the face of this earth. At any rate, Lori's raising 2 kids, and she has time to get involved politically where a lot of us just don't take the time, like I never took the time until about 1.5 years ago. At any rate, so we have 2 minutes with Lori. I told her I'd time her right to the second, and she has a good bit of education to share with you. Lori Shoemaker.
Thanks, Jim. I appreciate that. Okay, today I'm going to talk about legislative nullification. Last couple weeks ago when I was here, I talked about jury nullification, and now I'd like to just give everybody a little tidbit about legislative nullification. It's not a new concept, and it's actually been used in the past and recently. Kentucky and Virginia resolutions were used to fight the Alien and Sedition Act. The Fugitive Slave Act was actually nullified as well. And then more recently we've had the Real ID Act, which was nullified, along with Idaho and along with 20 other states. Basically, right now, currently, we're trying to fight Obamacare as a state, and we passed a resolution, and we're doing a lawsuit, which can be lengthy, time-consuming, and costly. But a cheap, easy way to do it is nullification. It's the only procedure that can effectively deal with all that's coming out of DC right now. Nullification is a defensive measure because it can quickly void a unconstitutional federal law, mandate, agency regulation, or policy. And it's also offensive because it asserts the state's 10th Amendment rights that have been usurped. So we're taking back lost ground by using nullification. This can even be used to deal with the wolf issue, among many other things. State nullification of unconstitutional laws is not lengthy or complex. We can just create a template bill and identify by title and number of federal law and just put that in there and nullify the bill in its entirety, whereas the resolution that we did last year just took a little chunk out of that Obamacare. Now, I think that we would need to, legally, the states are the ones that have the standing to be able to fight these types of bills, and so we need to use this to get the out-of-control federal government under control. And thanks for taking the time to listen. Have a good day.
Thank you very much, Lori. Let's see, do you want to help me just a second and get this podium off the stage here? Thank you very much. I think I got the camera. Oh, you got the whole thing. Thank you very much, Lori. Good job. Well, you can see we don't pay a cast of characters to come and help us here. This is Treasure Valley Community Television. For the rest of the show tonight, very, very pleased to have coming back, as he promised he would last week, Representative Stephen Thane. Stephen was re-elected in the last election, representing District 11, which includes Emmett and some of the other cities out in that neck of the woods. And also Republican Party District 17 Chairman Lucas Bombach. He's been on the show before, so many of you have seen him before, and he certainly has a lot to contribute to our show this evening. So with that, Lucas, you're going to host the show for the rest of the night, and if I chime in, it's because I'm the producer.
Yeah.
So, thanks
Keep me
again.
in line, Jim.
Well, you know, I guess where we're going to start is just a quick review for those who didn't see the last 2 episodes, and that is to visit this in my poor left-handed scrawl, and I'm not making excuses, I'm just saying that's the way it is. Stephen and the rest of the legislature have quite a challenge coming up in January. They meet for 3 months, and one of the constitutional mandates is that they balance the budget. And right now, the budget for the year that starts next July is out of balance. We're forecasted to spend around 300 to 400 million, too much. Out of a budget of around 2.4 billion, we're short about 400 million. As you can see, that's a little bit more than 10%, maybe 12, whatever. Notice health and welfare spending is about 20% of the budget. Education, 65%. Well, I suggested a couple of weeks ago, well, heck, 10, 12%, that's no big deal. Just cut everybody 10 or 12%. And Stephen has some good arguments as to why we shouldn't do that. You'll hear about that in a minute. Next, we went on to what do you do to take care of a shortfall. One is you can either cut spending, or you can raise taxes / grow the economy. We talked about how growing the economy, however, takes a while. If you put in some incentives like cutting taxes and other things to grow the economy, it takes a while for the economy to take advantage of it. But this year, they have to balance the budget